Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. We are live right now. Shout out to everyone. Let me drop the music down because I like this music. Sugar Hill by AZ. Pretty hot. What's going on, everyone? This is Lawrence. This is when spirituality and the game combined. You have the thinking class. Shout out to you, Wade. We are live right now. Did I leave? Did I lose where I was? There we go. Shout out to everyone. Good morning to everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Shout out to you today. We got a good topic today. We're going to be talking about, the disappearing father. I had a video and that's what I've been looking for is the video I wanted to share because it was very, 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 very powerful on what's really going on. I'm trying to find the guy's video and I forgot the guy's name that quick, but it was a really good video I wanted to share about the disappearing fathers. The disappearing fathers. Hopefully I can find this video. I've seen it today and I should have just saved it and actually send it to my sister or send it to someone. But it was the disappearing fathers. And we really need to talk about this because it is evident that men have not been in the household and how it is affecting the boys and our little girls. And a disappearing father is something that is prevalent. Let me say that again. It's prevalent in I don't care what color culture, the lack of fathers. And we are marching towards Father's Day. And I think it's very important that we talk about this. I got to find this video because this video says it all. And I just got to remember this guy's name. I got to look at, did I message him or what? But I really want you guys to see this video because it expresses exactly what I'm following him. Let me see if I can find his name. I think his name is Dawkins. So yeah, it expresses exactly. There he is. Found him that fast. Let's see if I can get the video over to where it needs to be at. And if we can get the video over there, that'd be amazing. What's going on, Hannibal? What's going on? Shout out to you, but I got to share this video because this video expresses exactly what's going on. Now I have to find the video and I want you to go over there and like the video on Instagram. Let me get this set up, but I want you to really, what's going on? Think what's going on, Joe Blast. Let me get this one thing what I'm looking for. And I'm normally set up, but there's been a lot of the lack of fathers. And then we're going to talk about a father could be there. Father could be there and not be there. Okay, everything's connected. Okay, boom. So a father could be there, but we're going to talk about it. But I want to show you this video, and I probably need to show it again. But this video expresses exactly why. The video expresses exactly. Let me do a video capture. But this video expresses exactly what has been going on. When you see this, it's going to cause you to cringe knowing that this is happening. Start broadcast. Okay. So let's go here. All right here. And we're going to go to the video. We got the audio for it too. So it's going to be amazing. When you see this video, it's heart-wrenching. I promise you. Let's see here. Okay, here we.
Mommy. Mommy.
Amen.
Mommy.
What?
My dad said he was going to take me to the Indians game today.
Your dad said what?
He was going to take me to the Indians game today.
You ain't going to no damn Indians game.
Why?
What you mean? Your daddy got a whole family over there. He only give us $100 a week. I ain't seen him. You ain't seen him. He calling you. He ain't called my phone. I'm your daddy, okay? I'm your mama and your daddy. Matter of fact, it's me, you, and the Lord. Me, you, the Lord, and this new baby right here. No goddamn Indians game. What the hell wrong with you?
Fair.
Why is it? Who you talking to? Fix your damn face. I said you not going to no goddamn Indians game. You ain't got no daddy. I'm your daddy. Now get your ass back upstairs. Lord.
It's Father's Day.
Shut your ass up. You know I need you up at the shot. helping me out with these. Don't look at me like that. You're supposed to be helping me with these perms. Shit. I can't do everything by my goddamn self. I ain't got no help.
Oh, all that is pink stuff. Stupid girly stuff. I want to be like blue and the boy stuff. No ugly aunties of the stupid salon. I want to be with my uncle or my dad, and she won't let me. Stupid meanie. Mommy.
Amen. Amen.
Mommy.
What?
My dad said he was going to take me to the Indians game today.
Your dad said what?
He was going to take me to the Indians game.
Let me switch over to go over here. Whoops, I didn't get the click. If you've seen that video, and I'm going to probably play it again, but follow him on IG, D Hawkins Too Funny. That was a great video. Do you know how many little boys and little girls are in that position, actually in that position? When the mother says, I'm the mother and the father. I'm the mother and the father. I understand. And then you notice, even in the video, please go follow him. Please tell him that I sent you. Go under his comments and say, hey, LDA sent me, tag me, whatever. Make sure you sent me, because I want to make sure I give that guy honor for doing that video. It's amazing because a lot of little boys are in that position. A lot of little girls are in that position where the mother takes on the role as the mother and the father. And what happens is, did you see in the video, I probably need to do a breakdown of it, and I probably got to do a side by side. You see in the break, they're seeing it that the little boy wanted to go spend time with his father. But his mother said, no, I only get $100, $100 a what? Only get $100 a what? A week from your father. And he has a whole other family. And I'm your mother and your father. But you're going to be here working with me to get these perms in these women's hair. And the little boy ran upstairs and said, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to go and actually be with my father and my uncles. Do you know how many times that happens to little boys? It's not just little boys. It happens to girls too. And this is just, please understand. Let me emphasize this. This is not to talk disparagingly about women, Black women, women at all. This is just the reality that we need to face. And I'm going to talk about it because some fathers don't even need to be there. But we're talking about the disappearing of fathers. It's like trying to go on the milk carton and you're trying to find, where's your father? Where is your daddy? And many times we only hear the one side of why the father. And yeah, and she was pregnant too. Where's the father? Come on. So I know this is a hard pill for a lot of people to sort of digest, but it's a reality. Do you know how blessed I am to have my uncles, to have my father there, my grandfather, older cousins, who were it was not just my dad, but it was other men around me to guide me, to make sure I was going in the right direction, even though sometimes I didn't want to go in the right direction. Do you know how, no sound? You can't hear me? You should be able to hear me. If you can't hear me, put a 1 in the chat room. I should be able to hear me. Check my levels. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You should be able to hear me clearly. Let me make sure it's hot. If you can't, put a number 1 in the chat room. Okay, good. So do you know how many times, even in my own life, even though my dad was there, he was present, he was working, he was in my life, spend time with me and my brother and sister. Do you know how important it was to have my uncle there? Shout out to Uncle Allen, who was there to take time with me and my brother. Do you know how important my Uncle Ivan, my Uncle Duro, my Uncle Miles, who would come up? And just for him being there. My cousin George, my cousin Herbert, how they were there. My grandfather, Jonas McCall. Do you know how important it is? And then a slew of friends that my grandfather had, who were, one guy was named King Size. I never forgot king size. He was a big man. I mean, as a kid, he was big. He was that big. He was muscular like a linebacker with a Jerry curl. But we used to go work with him, and he would make sure that my brother and I were taken care of, because we used to work with my grandfather in a wood yard. And he would make sure that my brother and I, we make sure we were taken care of. I never forget king size. That's what we call him, king size. I don't even know his real name. All I know his name was king size. He can sing, but he can lift a brick, a piece of log up and throw it into the truck. We thought he was Hercules, me and my brother. But king size always made sure that me and my brother were taken care of. And so we got to think, even though there's a disappearing of the fathers, sometimes the father, even though there might be a disappearing of the biological father, there are still men in that child's life, because I don't want to predicate it just men, boys and girls, that's needed. We celebrate, everyone celebrates Mother's Day, and everybody go out and get cards and, oh, you're the best mother, I love my mama. But we never get time to celebrate. When are we going to take time to celebrate the fathers? In this video that I showed, you seen how the little boy wanted to spend time with his father, wanted to spend time. But she had two things that were key in that video. I wish I could do screen and screen, so once I figure out how to do it, I'm going to do it. Two things that were key in that video. And one of the things were key in the video was this. I just figured out how to do it. One of the things that was key in the video, she said, I'm your mother and your father, and all we got is God. Dangerous. Because now you have demonized God. You demonized God in the video. I mean, in that skit. I figured out how to do it. I just thought about it. I think I may do it. Let me see if I can pull this off. It will be amazing. But it demonized what? It demonized what? The God and the Father. Do you know how important it is? I definitely was the fool at one time. I shout out the mothers on Father's Day too. I was wrong. Right. I'm telling you. Shout out to MLD, Modern Life Dating. He posted a video. He posted something that was completely, I'm like, dude, that was on. In other countries, we celebrate building a family. In the United States, we're demonized building a family or having children. Shout out to MLD, Modern Dating Life. Jonathan, shout out to you, brother. I'm here to tell you the importance, and this is just the beginning. So right now, it's sort of, we're building a core, we sort of building, I'm going to run that video again, maybe later on this week again, but you know how important the fathers is. Hot Dudes, yes, Hot Dude Army, that's my dude. Shout out to him. We are so demonized fathers. In media, if you ever look through media, you see how men are looked as the buffoons, the ones who don't know where they're going, the ones who got to ask the woman in the video, I mean in the movie or whatever. What do I do? Fathers are looked as just a second thought, but we never take time to realize how important a father is first. Let me say this first, to a little boy, to a little girl. Many of the issues that women have, you need to hear this, and I'm gonna say women and men have, it can be traced back, yes, maybe to their mother, but it also could be traced back to the lack of the disappearing father. The disappearing father. And we're going to go on this week and we're going to talk about a little bit of why that happens. Why is the disappearing father? We can trace it back to the course. We can go back to the 1960s, going into the 70s, on how the father was not in the household and he wasn't allowed to be in the household, because if he was, the woman was going to get assistance from the government to sustain her children. So the father was not allowed to be there. And so he had to leave. and he will only come at night or at certain times. We know that is a true narrative that take place in the United States, particularly in certain lower economical groups. We also know that the father was not looked at as something that wanted to be there. We also talk about the abuse of some of the fathers that have been there. He had to leave. But we never talk about, where do we need to celebrate our fathers? Why are they disappearing? Why isn't it an attack on the fathers from being in the children's life? Do we even need to talk about the court system and the child support system, which have scared a lot of men away from even wanting to have children? It has scared a lot of men away, say, know what? I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with women. I don't want to deal with child support. I don't want to have I don't want to deal with that. So a lot of men have said, you know what? I will keep my seed to myself and I will not pass my seed to the next generation. Because you know why? I know that if I become a father, this is what's going to happen. So they say, you know what? I'm not going to do it. There are so many elements and mechanisms in place to actually grind out the fathers in a child's life, in a mother's life, and in society. And if we do not address them and face them head on without trepidation or trying to pretend like it's not there, we got to stop it. I'm thankful for my father. I'm thankful for my uncles and my cousins and the men that were around me. Think of one guy, Murphy. Shout out to him. Shout out to all of them. I gotta see, this is the thing. If you do not celebrate the men around you, they will disappear. So I know this is not a popular thing to talk about, but at the core, every man, every woman longs to know who their daddy is. I don't care who you are, who you pretend to be. Every man and every woman longs for what? To know who their daddy is. I don't care how you try to twist it and what story that the mother might tell and that your father was a bad man. He worked for this and that. At the core, every child longs to know who's my daddy. Why do they look for their daddy? They know what their mommy is. It's the mommy, it's the mom, it's the nurturer. But at their core, they long for their dad. It's like a missing piece that they're trying to fill. Women try to fill it with other men. Men try to fill it by getting validation from other men. And they look for their daddy. I don't care how much they try to shame you on these YouTube streets. I don't care how much they try to talk down to you. On the core, a man and a woman wants to know, the grown man and grown women wants to know, who's my daddy? What was he? How did he look? How was his hair? How did he walk? How did he talk? What did he eat? Where did he go? What did he read? What was his thoughts? How did he get from this city to that city? They want questions about who their dad is. And what has happened is, in our culture today, we have been robbed of the information that needs to be passed down about someone's father. I know of a situation, grown man, running a successful business. But at the end of the day, of all the success he has, he put his head down and he wanted to know, I wanted to know about my dad. I wanted to know about him. Good, bad, or indifferent, who was he? Why was he that way? Why did he choose you, mom? And why did y'all break up? Every child on a most simplest level wants to know about their dad. Even if it was just a one-night stand, even if it was something that just happened and wasn't a good circumstance, that child longs for their father. Do you know for a mother to rob their child and say that I can be the mother and the father is to rob that child of an element of who they are that's trapped in the father. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm trying to make sure we get this. That's why I'm saying I'm thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my uncles. I'm thankful for the men around me. I didn't catch it when I was little, but they were like buildings, or they were like fences around me to safeguard my masculinity, to safeguard my character, to see what to do and what not to do. My uncles, my father, my grandfathers, my cousins, my older cousins. If I see my older cousins now, I have nothing but adoration for them. They taught me a whole lot. To my grandfather's friends, how I seen by being a teenager, preteen and teenager, watching how my grandfather interacted with his co-workers and with his people who work for him. How he interacted with men, sitting there in the background, not allowed to speak, not allowed to say anything, but to be a child and sit there in the back as they conversated about life, about business, about what they were going to do. You cannot pay to get those conversations. Me sitting in the truck, falling asleep while we're going to a destination with my grandfather, me and my brother in the middle, another working on the passenger side, my grandfather driving, and we driving to a destination to go make money so that we can go cut down some trees. And then the conversation, now my grandfather laughing, hear my grandfather laugh, saying we're bobbing for apples. You cannot take that away from me. You can't strip that away from me. Or working with my grandfather would round up a group of men so that he can go work and get some things done. The conversations are priceless. Watching my grandfather move and doing what he did. You can't take that away from me. Why? Because it's part of it's part of my spiritual and my mental DNA. See, we always talk about the physical DNA, but we never talk about the spiritual and the mental DNA. And how my grandfather did not play with anybody. Had a shotgun upstairs and will shoot you. Trust me. Those are all elements that I'm glad I seen that didn't rob me from being who I am. And to the other men, to the ministers, to the bishops, to the prophets, all men who actually poured inside of me, built character inside of me. So it wasn't just my father. It was a long list of men who have shaped the character of LDA. My uncle who taught me Taekwondo, taught me my first kata. If I can do it to this day. Seeing the bamboo stick that he used to discipline. You can't take that away from me. Going to different competitions and watching my brother compete. This is why you can't take that away. Even how my grandfather even affected my sister. You say, well, you're only talking to men all the time. No, how it even affect the impact that my father and my uncles and how to affect on my sister, who she is. She can quote things that my grandfather said to this day. Do you understand how many men, how many women have been robbed, not just of their father, but of men? I ain't talking about weak-toed soft men. I'm talking about men. How I was taught to serve. You can't lead if you don't know how to serve. How I was taught by different pastors and apostles and prophets, even to this day. So to rob of this generation of fathers is not always predicated, and you need to hear this. Fathers are not always predicated by the biological seed that they plant inside of a woman. He was just the biological conduit to get the seed into the ground. But a father is much more deeper than that. Yes, we want to know want to know your biological father. But also we need to know that sometimes that situation was best that you did not know him. But you got to get to the next level. Where is my fathers? In the Bible, it says one thing: we have many teachers and no fathers. We have many teachers and no fathers. We got many people who can teach on YouTube, Facebook, and everything. They got something slick to say. They can try to do this, but where are the fathers? Or where are the examples of men who are raising their children? Shout out to Steve the Dean. I see, he posts his children, him raising his children. Shout out to the men who do that. I know this may not be popular. I know you may not want to hear it, but Father's Day is coming. And if we don't honor our fathers, they will disappear. He will only be broke down to just being a person, and I hate this term, just a seed donor. The hell, and I'm not just a seed donor. I am not just a seed donor. You men need to get that in your head. I will not be predicated to just being a seed donor. I am a father. And woe to the women, and I'm saying this, woe to the women who say, I don't want my child around their father. Woe unto them. Baby is the price to pay. Now, mind you, there are some nuances to that. If the father is, doing things that are criminal, if he's abusive, he's doing things, baby, yes. But I'm here to do you understand? Even the coaches that I had, the male teachers that I had in high school, junior high school, I can remember a particular. In junior high school, I still know him to this day, Mr. Coates. Anybody who went to high school, junior high school with me would know Mr. Coates. He was he did math, but he was the track coach. From down south with a southern draw, a serious southern draw, looked like, mind you, Lionel Richie. That's so imagine Lionel Richie teaching you math, but he was the track coach at the same time. Mr. Coates was the man. So to think about it, he would get in your face and push you. I remember we were doing training around my junior high school's Margaret Spellacy. And he said, don't let me come out there and beat you in running. And sure enough, he got out there with his high shorts and his long socks, some old socks from the 1970s. I don't know, y'all know about them socks that come all the way up the calf. He had those on, and he would come out there and beat all of us. He said, how you going to allow the old man to beat you? And even when we went to the track meets, he used to yell out, don't let the bear get on your back. We was like, what is a bear? I was like, he's Mr. Coates' country. But what he's saying is, don't allow yourself to run out of steam while you're running. And we call it the bear. I promise you, Mr. Coates. And it's funny, years later, almost over 30 years later, I'm at my job and I said, I know you, sir. He said, I think you do, boy. What's your name? I said, my name is Adams. He said, oh, what's up? I remember you used to run track with you and your cousin. Boom. He remembered who I was. Do you understand? If you lay with a man who feels it's not a father, but you maybe should not be fused. Right. But you understand how important fathers are. Mr. Coates was like a father. That didn't take away from my father. He put in that other part, a disciplined part, the other part that I needed. You understand, when we attack and make men of no effect in our community, in our nation, we rob the next generation of being stronger and better than us. I know y'all want to win about the women. We talking about fathers right now. So you can save all that win about the women, the women, the women, the women, the women. Oh my God. I heard one lady say the other day, this the day for boss babies. Okay, what boss babies all you want? Where's your father? Do you know how much a difference it makes when a woman is looking to be with another man, to find a man that she's going to marry? How important that she bring that man around her father, her uncles, her brothers. Why? Because they can see through his BS. What's going on, Blackjack? He can see through his BS. Do you understand how important fathers are? How many women wouldn't have not married or dealt with a dude have they brought him back to their fathers or a group of men and say, nah, sis. That dude full of games. He ain't about to go in love. He ain't gonna take care of you. All you gonna do is just trying to pump and dump. What would things change if men were really being men? How would it change if the fathers was there to give the women some real game on how men really are and how to treat a man, not just from your mama? I know your mama told you how to treat a man, but it's different when a man teaches a girl how to treat a man. How would the game change? How would things change? We got to disappear and act the fathers, not just biological fathers, but fathers in all aspects of this society. What would change? Women who have their fathers makes a difference. Uh-oh, bing bong. Thank you. You mean like Joe did? And I don't know the full story, but I could pretty gather together. Joe probably went to hell off on Bobby Brown. You're not going to deal with Janet Jackson. That's my baby girl, and you ain't going to do it. And she got a whole bunch of brothers that will work your head over. Y'all think Michael was soft. Y'all can think Michael Jackson was soft all you want. I bet you Michael got some skills. You were not going to play with Michael Jackson. If he wasn't going to get you physically, he was going to own all rights to your music. So don't play with Michael Jackson. Y'all might have thought Michael Jackson was soft. Michael Jackson was Joe Jackson's son. Please understand that. Catch it. 1, 2, wake up. Michael Jackson was Joe Jackson's son. That means the apple didn't fall far from the tree. You thought Joe was tough. Michael Jackson was even tougher. So y'all think all you want about Michael Jackson. Oh, he playing with monkeys. He climbing up trees. That was all a game. Michael Jackson would have run circles over you. So to all you detractors, there will be no Michael Jackson without no Joe Jackson. Dude, get to performing, get to dancing. I promise you. Now, this don't mean that fathers are perfect, that we don't make mistakes, that we say things and we shouldn't do. Don't get me wrong. But if we were to really be about it, baby, there will be no Michael Jackson, Jackson 5 Michaels. There will be none of them, no Thriller. There will be no Billie Jean if it was no Joe Jackson. What they would be doing, he would be a pretty boy stuck. He would be just a boy in Indiana. Let me say, this be very clear. Y'all may not like this, but it's the truth. Blackjack, I'm so glad you brought that up. They will be still in Indiana, wishing and hoping and praying. If it was not for the masculinity, the drive, the vision of Joe Jackson. Y'all can hate it. Y'all can don't like it. To compare Mr. Coates to your Mr. Coates, Michael Allen, you should remember Mr. Coates. Mr. Coates, I never, Shout out to him. I'm so glad to see him. And it's funny, when I did see him when he was here, I can't tell you what he said because he said something, sort of off color. But when I was an adult, so he was able to say it. But Mr. Coates, please. Appreciate him. Appreciate Mr. Coates. Would not take nothing away from him. He was the math teacher. And I thank God I didn't have him from math because I knew he would have worked us over. But there will be no Michael Jackson without no Joe Jackson. I know y'all want to think that it was just the opposite. I know you want to think he could have made it with just the mother. And I forgot the mother's name. No. You needed Joe to get that going, to push the narrative, to push the envelope. Let me say this too. There will be Joe Jackson played a pivotal part in making sure his sons and his daughters got to the next level. Was Joe perfect? No. Did Joe do everything? Did Joe do everything right? No. Was Joe, did some things? No. But the disappearing of fathers is something that we need to address, something that we need to look at, something that we need to say, wait a minute. When I'm just talking about fathers, when I say fathers, not fathers in title, not fathers in name only, not fathers who was my biological father. No, fathers who actually activate and be into the child's life. So when we think about that, we're seeing the disappearing of fathers. Shout out to all the coaches, football coaches, basketball coaches, because I was a basketball. I completely disagree with you. I completely disagree with you, Uncle Allen, on many levels. I did not compare him to my father. So that's where you missed it at. To compare him to your father, disrespect your father. No, I didn't compare him to my father. He played a part in my life, but he was not. He cannot compare it to my father. But I would not take away what Mr. Coates did in my life. No. So completely missed the mark there. Completely missed the mark. So no, I did not compare him to my father. So that's where the disconnect happened. So please. I understand where you're at, but I didn't compare him to my father. So we understand the importance. We understand the importance of having a father in your life. We understand. We all need that man. Women need that. Little girls need that father in their lives. Just show them the way, to put them up on game. Because some of y'all trying to outgame these. No, they need a father. And I remember what Kevin would say. Kevin would say that. Well, what would your father say? What would your father say about the man that you're dating? What would your father think about the man that you're dating? And many of the young ladies who came on Kevin Shamler's channel could not answer that question. You know why? Because they knew that their fathers didn't approve, they didn't have a good relationship with their fathers, or that their father was going to see through the guy's BS. That's just the reality of it. That's just the reality of it. A lot of things could have been avoided if the father was there. Let me say this. If the father was there, or if the father was in the position of the father, because the father can be there and not be there at all. Do you know how many times we talk about the disappearing of fathers? The disappearing doesn't have to happen when the father is gone. He can be sitting around on the couch, have a 40 ounce, watching TV, and he is not present. He can be right there and not be there. So even though I'm talking about the disappearing, it is not always a physically that he's not there. It is when he is not present and present for the children. So we got to think about this. This is just the beginning. We're going to build up to Father's Day, but I'm a bit up this week about Father's Day. But I want you guys to get this. I want you to really look at the men that were in your life. Okay, he may not have been your natural father, or he may not have been your biological father, but I want you to really look at the men in your life. What part did they play in crafting your character and who you are? What part did they play? What did they actually do to make you a better man? And it might have been, you need to catch this, it might have been what he did not do. It might have been what he did not do that prompted you to say, I got to be a better father. It might have been what he did not do that prompted him to be so that you be a better father. It might have been the absence of a father that say, hey, guess what? I'm gonna be a better father than what I did not see, and it wasn't right there. And shout out to you, Uncle Alan. I was raised without a father. Right. But that doesn't take away from you, Uncle Alan, from being a father and a good father that you were. There were men around you. If we were to go back and pull back the covers and look at, there were men around you, some level, some degree. There was an example who guided you, who showed you that said, hey, they may not have been the biological father, they may not have been the father that was there, but there were men that was there that were guideposts that said, hey, this is the way that you go into. This is what you do and this is what you don't do. This is how you lead in. This is the mistakes that you should make. There were always voices there, but many times we don't look at them. So even though the father may have not been there, the important thing is this. It comes down to what are we going to do when we become fathers? What are we going to do once we have the opportunity, when someone says, you're my father? You're my spiritual father. What are we going to do then? How are we going to move them? Because we can all say, we can all have the story that my father was there, but at the end of the day, everybody should know the premise of the thinking class. It all starts within. What responsibility are you going to take to be a good father? Women, what are you going to take responsibility and say, you know what? I may not agree with my children's father, but at least he is a good, when are you going to say, you know what? Let me allow my children to see their father. When are we going to stop taking the blame? What we don't have. Somebody, I can't think of what this somebody said, but we're in America has such a bad thing of playing the victimhood here. The most crybaby society. My father came and found me later in life. I returned the favor. Our relationship, I would not trade for anything of any other kind. We both held each other accountable and passed. Right. See, that's what it is. Nobody's saying this is easy. No one's saying that it's going to happen overnight. We all fail. I failed as a father. Just be very transparent. I LDA failed as a father. There's some things I said, did, actions I took, roles I did that I wasn't perfect with. Anybody who comes on this platform or anybody said, I was the perfect father, I did everything right, I was the epitome of what a father was. When you look under the definition in the Webster Dictionary, you see me, father. Stop on it. No man is perfect. We all make mistakes. But the disappearing of fathers is really, really something that we need to talk about. Not just the biological fathers, but the men who helped shape the little girls and the little boys' lives. Shape their character. That's why I would take nothing away from my grandfather, Jonas McCall. And the times of cooking, making meals, making his famous soup that he make. I wish he taught us how to do it, and I can't remember to this day how to make that soup. Learning about life. Was he perfect? No. Was my father perfect? No. Was my uncle who's in here perfect? No. None of us was perfect. But what we can do is do something about what we do right now. Let me read this. Some fathers step back because they deal with toxic baby mothers. And how do you deal with that? Oh, we're going to talk about that later on this week. We'll talk about that later on this week because that's a very, and that's a very good thing. We're not going to talk about it today, but we're going to talk about it on this week because that's a very real issue. Because at the end of the day, ain't no man want to deal with all that. And you think do we need to play the video? We'll play the video again. Y'all need to go follow him on IG. It's my dude. Follow him on IG. Follow him on IG. I'm going to play the video one more time because I want y'all to really get it. His name is Dawkins Too Funny. Go follow him. And I'm going to play the video again because I think y'all need to see this. There we go. I'm going to play the video again because I think y'all really need to see the video. To those who already seen it, you've seen it already, but I'm going to play it again. Let me get it set up. 1 second. And I want y'all to really look at this. Because this is heart-wrenching. I'm going to need to do a breakdown on it, to be honest with you. Let me get his screen. There we go. Let's get it together. 1, 2, 1. I love technology.
Mommy.
Hold on.
Mommy.
Hold on. Let me get it. There we go. Let's switch to here. I'm going to play this video. I want you to listen to this.
Mommy.
Amen.
Mommy.
What?
My dad said he was going to take me to the Indians game today.
Your dad said what?
He was going to take me to the Indians game today.
You ain't going to no damn Indians game.
Why?
What you mean? Your daddy got a whole family over there. He only give us $100 a week. I ain't seen him. You ain't seen him. He calling you. He ain't called my phone. I'm your daddy, okay? I'm your mama and your daddy. Matter of fact, it's me, you, and the Lord. Me, you, the Lord, and this new baby right here. No goddamn Indians game. What the hell wrong with you?
Fair.
Why is it? Who you talking to? Fix your damn face. I said you not going to no goddamn Indians game. You ain't got no daddy. I'm your daddy. Now get your ass back upstairs. Lord.
It's Father's Day.
Shut your ass up. You know I need you up at the shop. Helping me out with these. Don't look at me like that. You're supposed to be helping me with these perms. Shit. I can't do everything by my goddamn self. I ain't got no help.
I want to edit this pink stuff. This stupid girly stuff. I want to be like blue and the boy stuff. No ugly aunties of the stupid salon. I want to be with my uncle or my dad. And she won't let me. Stupid meanie.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? This was a skit. Go follow him on IG. Please go follow him on IG. Please tell him I sent you. I I sent you. Go follow. I just go follow him. D-Hawk Too Funny. Go follow him on IG. Tell him I sent you. Lawrence D. Tell him I sent you. Tag me. Whatever you do, tag me. Go follow him. Did you see that? It was a skit. This was a skit. That was a skit. How many, not just boys, but little girls went through the same thing? Go follow him on there. Go tell him y'all, and please tell him Lawrence D. Adams. Tag me in the put at Lawrence D. Adams that I sent him on that video. I want to make sure I give this guy his flowers for doing this video. Because it should wake you up. You said, Sharice, you said what? Y'all look at the faces. Look at that. You said, hell no. Nah. Look at that. Hell to the no. Viking, you had to shake your head. You said, I can't stand women like this. It was a skit. The single mom with the chirping sound alarm. You heard the chirping sound in the background?
Execute Order 66.
Your eyes are watering, right? That wasn't real, but it was real enough. Smoke alarm needs. Yep, y'all caught that in the background. Evident. She's pregnant, and still how she talked to that little boy. I don't think it just don't happen to little boys. It happens to little girls too. Oh, I'm telling it right. It happens to little girls too. Don't go follow that brother. Go follow. He got some good skits, hilarious to me. But that one right there really touched me this morning when I watched it. Go follow him on IG. Go tell him I sent you under that video. Thank God it's not real. It is real life. Even though that video was not real, that is real life. Go follow him on IG. Good brother. I met him in person. Good brother. This is his thing, IG. Go follow him on there. Thank you. It was real enough to have a physical reaction, yes, but it happens in real life. Do you understand how powerful that video is? Go follow him on IG. Tell him I sent you. Tell him Lawrence D. Adams played his video on here. I promise you, even though it was a skit, it happens to little girls, but it happened to little boys, but it happened to little girls too. Imagine the damage that it does to what? That it does to the little boy. Imagine what it does, the damage that can happen to a little girl. When a mother is talking like that, I bet she ain't with the baby father. Come on. I'm demonized by the law regularly. My daughters get so upset to hear it. Right. Man, got me all pissed off. Yeah, I'm glad it got you pissed off. That was the point of it, is to get you so pissed off, get you to think. That's what we do at the thinking class, to get you to think, get you to say, wait a minute. He said he was tired of being with his aunties. She wanted him to work on getting the perms. And you see, she had the Bible there too. Go follow my brother. Go follow him. Please, I ask you all y'all to do anything today. Go follow him so he knows that I use his video in there, but I'm giving him kudos of who he is. Y'all think it's play time? It's not. All this hot girl summer, and I'm gonna do all that, and I'm gonna get it together too. Don't think I'm getting just on the women. Baby, you brothers are just as worse as these women. Let me make sure I'm making abundantly clear on that. You brothers are just as worse as these women. And let me give a statistic. Shout out to Rollo Tomazzi. And I'm going to end with this. Let me give a statistic from Rollo Tomasi, and I'm going to verify it, but let me give this statistic and I'm going to go. Let me give this statistic from Rollo Tomasi. How this, if you want this statistic from Rollo Tomasi, put a number 2 in the chat room. If you don't know who Rollo Tomasi is, I mean, you got to find out who he is. Let me give this statistic from, shout out to my cousin, Anthony McQueen. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see my cousin here. Shout out to my cousin right there, all the way in Toledo. Let me get a statistic from Rollo Tomasi, because this is gonna shake you up, and I'm gonna end with this. Shout out to my cousin. Make sure I give him some love. I need a couple more twos in the chat room. I'm going to end with this, because this statistic going to really get you. Somebody need to write a couple. I need some twos in the chat room. If not, we're going to end it. And y'all, I know, hey, we can end it. I can go home. I'm already home. I can shut the lights off. Thank you. Okay. So the statistic is, we always hear, and the angel number, I'll get an angel number too, because thank you. You and William said that. Thank you. So the statistics is that men don't take care of their children. That men don't take care of children. That men don't take care of their children. If you heard that, it's very true. You hear that a lot of men don't take care of their children, and they're not in their children's life. The highest percent of men who take care of their children or in their children's life are black men. Pay attention to what I'm about to say next, because this is going to be the clincher. The highest number of percentile of men who take care, who are in their children's life, are black men. They are the most involved in their in their children's life. I know you hear everything about black men. Black men ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. All they want to do is, just do all this kind of stuff. The highest percentage of men who are involved in their children's life are black men. The problem is this, and this is where everybody get a little twisted and get upset. You know what it is? He's involved in the children's life. He's just not married to the mother. And that's where the real problem comes into play. Because we think that being a father means being married to the mother. We think that being married to the mother means that it's predicated to me being a good father.
Execute Order 66.
No. This is where the waters get muddy. Shout out to you, Viking. But that's where it is. So that lets you know that as much as they try to demonize men in general, and then we go a little bit further to demonize black men, that they're not involved in their children's life, the real problem is neither one. The real problem is that men have decided, I am not going to deal with that type of woman. I'm not going to be involved with you, but I'm going to be involved in my children's life. And as Danielle was alluding to, we'll get to this week, a lot of men say, hey, guess what? Baby, you are toxic with your toxic femininity, like in the video I just posted, and I am not going to deal with you. I will exit stage left. Deal with yourself and your emotions by yourself. I'm not dealing with you. But the highest, y'all better get this, the highest percentile of men who are involved in their children's life are black men. I know they don't want you to know that. I know they want everybody. And who said it was Rollo Tomasi, who is a white man? So y'all get all this racism. Don't even come here with all this race. Well, black man, white man. No. I got people of all nationalities. I got people from different nationalities and colors and creeds in my chat room. So you know I ain't on that spit. But that is the truth of the matter. Take that one to the bank. If you want to debate it, the real issue is the man don't want to be involved with the woman. But that's what I'm going to say today. Make sure you go and follow my brother. Where is he at? I mean, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Go follow him because that was good. Go follow him. What did I do with the IG? What did I do? What did I do with its IG? Where is the IG at? Where let me find it? Let me find his IG. Because that, here we go. Here's his IG. Follow him. Follow him on IG. But we're going to end with some fun. Let me get the music going. Some Sugar Free. Sugar Hill, not Sugar Free. Sugar Free is different, but we're going to have a little fun today. Let me see. We got it set up. We're ready to go. LDA, I'm out. See you tomorrow. The Disappearing Father. Y'all ready? Woo! Let's get the music rolling. Hopefully I don't get dinged for it. Maybe I may get dinged. LDA is out. Oh, we got the angel number. Let's get the angel number. Angel number. Angel number is 65. Let's see what we got here. Let me break it down so you guys can hear me. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, angel number 65. Angel number 6 is giving you a message from the guardian angels that the angels are divine energies and appreciate your effort to transform and improve your life. Let me get this all because y'all got this down. 65 is the number. Let's get this out. Ooh, y'all got a lot of stuff here. Let me try to catch up. Jeez Louise. Let's start from here. Angel number 65 is a message from the angels that you are helping through your current and ongoing change in your life. Ask for guidance from the angels whenever you feel the need and know. Channels of communication is always open for you. Adopt to change gratefully and trust that all that is given to divine plan in your life. Angel number 65 indicates that the effort you have made towards change in your life for the better and live your spiritual truth and has been acknowledged by the angelic and spiritual realm. The angels wish to commend you on your diligence and determination. Also, a message from your financial and your material world is about to undergo some positive change. You can expect much welcome new additions or possessions to enter your life. Boom. You can't make this up. Make sure I get everything. Encourage you to continue to make positive changes in your life, as well as will lead you to ongoing personal happiness and success on many levels. Angel number 65 is also a message that your financial and your material world is about to undergo a positive change. You can expect much welcome new additions and possessions to enter your life. Angel number 65 is for you. With that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. We out of here. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking like one day. Let's go. Oh, hey, don't hurt them.